In an era increasingly characterized by pessimism and uncertainty, Rutger Bregman's audacious blueprint for an ideal society invites not only contemplation but vigorous debate. His 2014 book Utopia for Realists throws down a gauntlet to modern socio-political norms, challenging the foundational assumptions of contemporary economics and societal organization. Bregman's advocacy for concepts such as universal basic income, UBI, a reduced workweek and open borders positions his notion of utopia not just as a distant fantasy, but as a tangible reality that could be realized in our lifetimes. But can these ideas, radical as they may appear, truly forge a path to a new societal equilibrium, or are they merely beguiling ideals, fundamentally unattainable in nature? Philosophy has long grappled with the concept of utopia, from Plato's Republic to Thomas More's seminal work that coined the term itself, meaning no place. Bregman draws on this grand tradition, suggesting that the essence of utopian thinking is not about crafting perfect societies, but about continuously challenging and expanding the horizons of what can be considered possible. This approach echoes the dynamic, process-driven understanding of utopia, highlighted by philosophers such as Ernst Bloch, who argued that the pursuit of utopia is about an unending striving for a better condition, rather than a final state of perfection. Bregman's pragmatic spin on classical utopian ideals merges historical insight with imminent possibilities. At the core of his argument lies the assertion that poverty is not an inescapable human condition, but a solvable problem, and solutions like UBI can catalyze profound societal transformations. Although skeptics may dismiss such proposals as economically and politically naive, Bregman supports his vision with a plethora of data and examples, from the forgotten experiments of the mid-20th century to contemporary trials in places like Finland and Canada. The proposal for a shorter workweek challenges the traditional link between work and worth, suggesting that reducing work hours could lead to increases in productivity and well-being. Herein lies the philosophical crux. If humanity can divorce income from traditional labor through mechanisms like UBI, could this not only redefine work but also reshape the contours of freedom and leisure? The implication is a vision of society where individuals are not merely economic units, but are empowered to pursue fulfillment in diverse and individually meaningful ways. Turning Bregman's utopian vision into reality involves confronting a plethora of logistical, economic, and ethical challenges. The idea of open borders, for example, tests the limits of current geopolitical structures. It raises questions about national sovereignty, cultural identity, and economic disparities. At its heart, it asks whether increased mobility is a feasible way to address global inequality, or if it will exacerbate tensions and pressures on social services in host countries. Bregman posits that such a radical reorganization can lead to a more equitable and interconnected world, but practical implementation demands robust international cooperation and significant shifts in public perception. Similarly, while the concept of a UBI is appealing in its simplicity and broad scope, the real-world application must contend with varying economic sizes, population demographics, and fiscal policies of different nations. The economic feasibility of a universal basic income hinges on the restructuring of tax systems, perhaps pointing towards more progressive models that could challenge deeply entrenched wealth structures. The societal shift towards a shorter workweek presents not just an economic adjustment, but a cultural shift. In societies where long hours and constant busyness are badges of honor, the reduction of work hours might initially meet with resistance. Yet, historical precedents, like the transition from 6-day to 5-day workweeks, suggest that such shifts, once unimaginable, can become normalized with time and proven benefits. Critically, Bregman's vision is not just an end goal, but a call to continuously push the boundaries of what society deems achievable. His work prompts a re-evaluation of values, urging a shift from a growth-centric view of the economy to one that prioritizes human well-being. While the path to a Bregman-style utopia is fraught with complexities, it is not insurmountable. To consider Bregman's ideas as merely fantasy would be to underestimate the power of visionary thinking in sparking genuine change. Whether his specific proposals take root or not, the essence of his utopian thinking serves an important function. It broadens the scope of dialogues on liberty, societal well-being, and global justice, and revitalizes an essential conversation about the kind of world we want to inhabit. Utopia, in the end, may not be a destination, but a direction,